more, removing any artillery support. And I'm a bit curious, since I do believe he did go for Scorched Earth, so why didn't he go for a Hummel instead? And this Panther still moving about with a damaged engine. King Tiger joining in the fight as well. Schwere Panzerabteilung 503 providing some Tiger 2s. And it has been spotted apparently. Panthers joining up with Pioneer, still not a single infantryman. I'm quite surprised not even a medic station to at least capitalize on some of all those Panzer Grenadier wounded and getting them back into the fight for him. So I'm not entirely sure. And floating a ridiculous amount of manpower here. And let's go have a look at Mr. Crusettime. Also floating a bit of manpower. Apparently they aren't feeling much use for it at the moment, I can't say. But they are certainly not the ones in trouble. And Calliope Barrage is flying in after that. King Tiger, but not a single rocket even hits it. A bit tragic, a bit funny. Depends on the side. And Panther joining in to protect its larger friend. Germans pushing through to the east once more, apparently having given completely up on the west. And the other Panther is heavily damaged. And we do finally see the Hummel self-propelled artillery. About time. And a bit of a lull in the fighting, it seems. Not entirely sure what that Panther and King Tiger is doing though. Seems to be moving a bit around confused. And we see a Calliope moving right into everything. That must have been a misclick or something, otherwise I can't really make sense of it. Certainly not moving a veterancy free Calliope right into the face of a King Tiger and a Panther. And certainly seems Ice445 is of the same question or thought. Why did it go there? Panther hunting it down, nobody quickly getting surrounded though. Taking rear armor hits from that M18. Oh dear, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be worth the payoff though, the Panther being a bit more expensive than the Calliope in fact. There we go, main gun destroyed. This Panther will certainly soon be lost. Gunner is killed as well, and kaboom, another Panther lost. King Tiger apparently trying to join in, but apparently reconsidering. Panzer Grenadiers trying their best to push through, but again frontal assault's not really doing well, whereas the Americans of course quite good in striking in everywhere, hoping to find the weak spot. And we see a Schwimmwagen on the move all of a sudden. Quite interesting. And the M26 Pershing has joined the American forces to push back the 1st SS.
The enemy is down to 100 points.
And large amounts of American riflemen sneaking about. Still no medic stations, but not really like they needed, I think. Panther still moving about with the damaged engine. And I suspect we'll be seeing another Panther from there. As that seems to be the only thing he's building, Mr. Hideki, I fear. And we see a large force of tank destroyers and heavy tanks right here. Very dangerous, of course. And a Calliope nearby as well. And an armored car about there, it seems. There we go, Panther moving in, and Ice team guessing there'll probably be some sort of final attack. Crusettime thinking he's asking them to attack, but I imagine Ice445 will be yes from them, so he just cleared things up. Certainly not bad teamwork from the two. Mr. Cruz certainly being quick to help Mr. Ice445 whenever he needed it. Not quite the same for Mr. Hideki, I think though. King Tiger fighting away at the heavy machine gun team. Doing quite a bit of damage.
Enemy unit
And artillery flying in on their positions. Anti-tank guns firing away. Panther and King Tiger pulling out their gunner, killed on the Panther though. Second Panther getting repaired, apparently might want to join in. Looks like the Panzer is stopped. Not a lot of points left for the Germans. And now the M18s and Pershing are moving in. And looks like this Panther is the first target, taking quite a lot of fire. And the Panther goes out of control and crashes into a small shell. Oh, and oh dearie me, a lot of Panzergrenadiers killed with artillery. That's some rather nasty losses for the 1st SS. And looks like another Panther might be lost. Yes, indeed, 2 Panther platoons are lost, more or less, I think. Horrific armored losses, and things are certainly not looking good for that King Tiger either. Almost wrecked, and we had GG going out. But no response. Looks like this King Tiger won't survive much longer. And there we go. Game over. The 1st SS did not succeed in their assault on the American positions. Instead, they were greatly beaten by the 3rd Armored Division, sending that poor King Tiger into its grave. So what can we learn from this? Well, for starters, Panthers aren't just going to win the game even with veterancy 3. If well handled by the opponent, they can be knocked out, in particular without infantry support. And that was certainly which was something lacking here. Another thing to note again, get some infantry. Don't just throw around pioneers and some heavy support teams and then just throw everything else in panzers. Get some infantry to support them, otherwise you won't succeed in the long run. And as you can clearly see, it didn't. With Panzer Grenadiers, of course, get some support as well, and just throw Panzer Grenadiers in there as well. I'm surprised they didn't even go for a medic bunker and nor a medic station from the Americans. And otherwise, good teamwork. We saw that between Mr. Ice and Crusettime, not so much between the German players, I feel. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this game, and if you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. And in fact, just yesterday, which was also the day for D-Day, so of course that's a fun fact, and I forgot that yesterday, my apologies, but there was also a new bunch of maps released onto the auto match map list. So of course, if anyone has some good games on those new maps, don't hesitate to send them in, as I'd love to cast some games on that. Of course, I'll try to get some games of mine on them, but of course other people playing on them is of course also welcome. Cheers!